Hi everyone, welcome to Study Smarter Not Harder Summer 16. I'm going to go through a little bit on the course and show you how to use the Moodle Learning Management System so that you're familiar with how to do things within the course. So the first thing you're seeing here is the main course page, and in the center right here you'll see these are the main things that you'll need for the overall course. So we have course announcements. When I get grades finished or have another announcement to make to you, I will post those in that forum. Here's your course syllabus. You can open that and take a look at it. To go through the syllabus, you can either click over here on the chapter names, or you can just use the arrows to navigate back and forth. So you'll see different things there. When you get to a section, let's go down here, on instructor-student expectations, just remember if there's tabs up here, to click on each tab so that you can go back and forth between those two. And I think everything that you need is in there. If we look at grading scale and due dates, you can see the grading scale right here. And also for a list of due dates, you can click on this link, and that will open a pop-up window and you can see the due dates for all of your assignments. Notice that all assignments, except for edit your profile, I'll fix that in a minute, are always due on Tuesdays at 11 p.m. So each week you'll have that, except for the last week. And because the course ends on the 28th, those last two papers are due on Thursday the 28th. So just look ahead a little bit so that you don't get stuck with just 2 days to finish those last two assignments, but just realize that because of the 4th of July weekend that we're ending or having just a few shorter dates within our course this summer. So just make sure you follow those due dates real carefully. So we'll exit out of that. Then to get back to your course after you're in the syllabus, if you're on the last page, you can click the up arrow and that will take you right back to the course. Now, a couple of other things I wanted to show you real quickly. If you have general questions about the course that you think everyone might be interested in, you can post them right here in this general forum. And you can see there are some things posted here from a previous course. To get back to my course now, I've clicked on that how do I get back. I can go right back up here to my breadcrumb trail and click on Study Smarter Not Harder Summer 16, and that will take me right back to the course. Now, another couple of things I want you to notice. In the format that I have the course right here, the center section where all of the course activities are is rather small. But what you can do is go over here to this navigation and administration block, and there is a real tiny little left arrow on the far right corner of that block. And when I hover over it, it says Dock Navigation Block, and I can click on that and do the same with administration. Click on that dock, and it moves them over here, and when I hover over them now, they show up. All the contents do, but I have much more room in the center of my page to look at my course content. So you may want to go ahead and dock those two blocks just to get them out of your way. They are important blocks. Navigation is basically where you want to go in the course. So you can see that I have it set up by week. So if I wanted to see what was in July 5 through 12, I could expand that by clicking on it, and here's all of the assignments and resources for that week. I can do the same with July 13th through 19th. We'll collapse that one again. So there's 13th through 19th. So if I wanted to go to my assignment on stress, I could just click right there and open it. The other way you navigate through the course is simply using your slide bar on the right and just scroll right down, and everything is on the front course page. So it's not like Blackboard where you have to keep clicking on different tabs to get to everything. Within Moodle, everything is always on your front course page. So it's very neatly organized and you should be able to find it very quickly. Now the administration block or tab, whichever way you have it, is very important because that's where you will find links to your grades. So once I get something graded, you'll receive an email notification saying that it's been graded, and you can just click on this grades link and that will take you to your own personal grade book. So here's mine. And so as I get these things graded, your score will show up over here. Also, any comments that I make on your assignments, which I try to comment on everything, will show up in this feedback column. So this is your own little personal gradebook right here, and it's a good thing to know how to get to. So again, to get back to my course, I'm going to come up to my breadcrumb trail and just click on Study Smarter, Not Harder, and that takes me right back to the course. Now, a couple of other blocks to pay attention to. Over here on the right top corner, you will see my picture. Here's my email that I check much more often than I check my SBU email. So if you really want to get a hold of me, use this one. But another thing that's really cool within Moodle is there's a messaging system. So if you have an urgent question, this will come straight to my phone, so I'll always know when you've done it. You just click on this little link that says Message Me. And when you do that, it will open up a pop-up box. And this is looking like I'm talking to myself because I'm messaging myself. But when you go down here, there's a little section for the message. So you can just type right here and click Send Message, and that will come straight to me. And I'm just going to click right out of that because I don't want to send myself a message. But that's a really good way to get hold of me if you have an urgent question or anything to do with an assignment, or if you don't understand something, just use that message block, and that's the best way to get a hold of me. Now below that is an activities block, and this is a real good place to find your assignment due dates again. So if you click on that little assignments link, that will take you right to that page that I was telling you about earlier. So you can see when all these are due, again Tuesdays at 11 p.m. And once you turn something in, I've turned a couple of things in just to show you what it would look like. It tells you that you have submitted that. And then you can see the ones that you have done and the ones you haven't. So that's a really nice way to keep track of if you lose track of what you've done. That's the assignments link. Again, click on my breadcrumb trail. Also, there's an upcoming events block, so this reminds you when things are due, so that we know on July 12th, 1, 2, 3, 4 assignments are due, and then here's one showing up for the 19th. Another way to check your assignments is within the calendar block. You can hover over those dates, and all of those assignments that are due that day will show up. You can also click on any of those you want to, and it takes you directly to that assignment. So you can see those for every due date. And then here's that little odd last due date. So another way to keep track of things. If I send you a message, you will get a little notification within this messages block. It will say you have one message waiting, or 2 messages or whatever, but you can always check your messages right there. And in the people block, this will tell you who else is within the course. So if you want to read somebody else's profile or whatever, you can do that. And then online users will show you who's logged on to the course within the last 5 minutes. And that can be beneficial because you can see when I'm logged on. If you have a question, you can just message me and I'll get it right there within Moodle. If another course mate is logged on, you could message them if you wanted to, if you have a question about something. So that just shows you who's working on the class at the current time. Now let's go back and look at how the course is set up. We talked about our first topic here, where we have the announcements, the syllabus, and a forum for questions. And then below that is the how-to video that I'm recording right now. So once I get this recorded and saved, I will upload it right here. So if you ever need to refer back, you can do that. Then you'll see that the course is set up by weeks. And because this is a summer course, obviously we're doing 8 weeks worth of work in 4 weeks. So in July 5th through 12th, you'll notice that I have the first section, so this will be the first part of the week. And then you scroll down, and this is actually the second part of the week. It was just easier for me to set up that way, so just kind of don't do the first part and think you're finished. Know that there are about 2 parts to every week. So the first thing we're going to do is edit your profile. And let's look at how you do that. Basically, what I want you to do is just to upload a picture of yourself, so that everybody can associate a name with a face, and then tell us a little bit about yourself. So it's going to tell you how to do that within this assignment, but let's go back to our home page, and I'll just show you real quickly how to do it. Right up here next to my name, it says Connie Waters, and it'll say student because I'm logged in as a student right now. To the right of that is a little pull down menu arrow. So if I click on that, I can go to profile, You can also get your grades and messages that way. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then I'm going to go to Edit Profile. And here is where you can tell us a little bit about yourself, just where it says description right here. And another thing I wanted to tell you, and I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm going to put your email address in as your SBU email. If you have a different email that you check more regularly, you can change that right here. So if you would like for me to communicate with you through a different email address than your SBU one, just go ahead and change that within this email address section right here. Then tell us a little bit about yourself in the description, and then you're going to upload a picture. So to do that, all you have to do is come down where it says New Picture, click on this little piece of paper with a plus by it, click on that. You can browse for your photo. So I could find one on here. Let's see, I think I have a Molly Moodler on here. So I could upload Molly Moodler. And it takes just a minute for files to upload, so don't be too worried about that. And so here's Molly's picture. So I could change my profile picture to that if I wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to delete that right now. But just know that that's how you would add your profile picture right there. And then when you're finished, just click on Update Profile, and you have now edited that. So now how do we get back to the course? We're on a whole different page here. All you have to do is come back to My Courses and click on Study Smarter, Not Harder, and that will take you right back to the course. So that's how you edit your profile. Then we have an introductions form, and this is from a previous class, so I'll just go through and delete these. But all you're going to do, I have a little bit up here about what's your educational experience, what do you like to do in your spare time. You're just going to click on Add a New Discussion Topic. Put a subject like Connie's Intro, and then tell us a little bit about yourself right here. You can even, if you want to, you can come up here and copy these and just paste them down here, and then put some spaces in there and answer those individually if you want to. Or you can just write a paragraph, whatever floats your boat. Go ahead and do it. And I'm not going to send anything in there. I'm just going to cancel it. And then again, to get back to my course breadcrumb trail. And here I am right back. Now let's talk about assignments a little bit. First of all, within each section you will probably have some resources. So for example, right here we have our resource, which is a video of an interview with Howard Gardner, because we're going to talk about multiple intelligences this week. So you would click on that. The video will show up right here. You can watch the video, and then when that's done, again, use your breadcrumb trail, come back to the course. And so now we're going to have some assignments. So right here, multiple intelligence assignments. So let's look at our self-inventory. Now, what this wants us to do is to go to this website. You can see it's hyperlinked right here. It gives us a little information about multiple intelligences. And then we are going to answer some questions about that and turn that in. So what I'm going to do is click on this. It will open in a pop-up so you don't get taken away from the course. And you can go through, and it tells us to look into tapping into multiple intelligences. So I'm going to read all of these things, and when I'm finished, I'm going to go ahead and write my paper. So I'll click out of there, and let's say that I have written my paper, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you a couple of things real quickly. I'm going to open a Word document here. You can see my screen, and I'm sorry, it says Mizzou on it. So here's my Word document. I'm going to open a new one, and I'm going to type my assignment. And then I'm going to save that, and I'm going to try to move this screen up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to save it in my Documents assignment, but instead of as a Word document, I'm going to save that as a rich text format. Okay, and it's just a file type. And the reason I want to save it like that is because if you're using a different word processing program than I have on my computer, if it's in rich text file, I can always read it. Okay, so it's just a really good habit to get into, start using that rich text format. So now I'm finished. I can go ahead and exit out of there. I'm going to come back to my course, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this assignment in. So I have actually turned one in there. Let me go to a different one because I've demonstrated this too many times here. Let's go to a different assignment. Here's one. Hemispheric brain dominance. So let's say I've typed that paper just like I did, saved it in rich text format. I'm going to go down to this Add Submission button, and you'll notice above that, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You're going to see here that you've made no attempt on it, has not been graded, and it's due in 7 days and 22 hours. So just take a little way to check things on there. So I'm going to click my Add Submission. I'll move my screen up here. Move that down. And again, you're going to see that little piece of paper with the plus sign. So I'm going to, when I hover over it, it says Add. So I'm going to click on that. Click on my Browse button. And I'm going to go to my documents, and I'm going to find that assignment file. Oops. So here's that assignment file that I just did. You'll notice it's in rich text format. I'm going to double click that. It should show up right here. I'm going to upload that file. And again, it takes just a little while for that to happen. Keep going. I'm going to see it right here, and then I'm just going to click Save Changes. It's an important button to remember, and that turns it in. Now, let's say I did that, and I look back and I think, oh my gosh, I just turned that in the wrong spot. All I have to do to fix that is come to Edit Submission, click on that file, and you'll see a Delete button. I can delete that, and then you just go through the process again, browse for that file, and upload the right one. Now, one thing about this Browse button, if it doesn't show up immediately when you go to upload a file, just come over here to the left and click on that little Upload a File button, and then your Browse button shows up. You have to do it one time before the Browse button knows to do it every single time. So the first time you try to do it, click on that Upload a File, and it should show up just fine. So I'm going to click out of that, and I'm just going to click Save Changes so that that file doesn't show up. And then it's going to remind me that nothing has been submitted because I didn't change it, and that's fine. Okay. Breadcrumb trail again. I think that's about all I really need to tell you. It just goes through the same thing every week. So we have resources and assignments, and then again we have resources and assignments, and does that until the last 2 weeks, and then there are no resources. It's just assignments. You will notice the little icons out to the left. If it's a paper with a hand holding a piece of paper, that's always an assignment that you have due. If it is a little piece of paper on a clipboard, that's a resource. So you can start to see the different icons and what they mean. If it's two little conversation blocks, that's a forum. Since there are only 4 of you within this course this semester, I have taken some of the discussion forums out of here just because it's really hard to do that with only 4 people in a class. If you really want those put back in, I can do that for you. Just let me know and I'll be happy to do it. So that's basically how you go through and take the course. Remember that when you go to check your grades, you go to Administration, click on that grades link, and you'll go right there to your grades. So I hope you enjoy the course. Just remember that as you're going through doing some of these activities that I have you do within the course, that these are also really good activities to do with your kids in your classes, especially if you're middle or high school level. So, you know, I'm letting you experience what these activities are, but just know that it's something you can easily do with your kids too. So I hope as you're going through, you realize that and can start to at least think of different ways that you can use these within your class, because that's what I really want this to be. If there's anything within the course that I'm not covering that you think you would like for me to cover, I can certainly add that for you or give you some resources or whatever you think that you might need to improve your teaching. So let me know any of those things too. So if you have any questions at all, you can email me, you can message me through Moodle. The handouts that I sent you through email also have my phone number on there, so feel free to call or text anytime too. So enjoy the class, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.